Alicia is in Oakland, California. Hi, Alicia. How can we help?
Hey, Dave. Thanks for having me.
Sure.
I I was calling to get some advice from you. I have an idea of what I should do, but it's always good to call Uncle Dave.
Okay.
So my husband and his mom purchased an apartment condo in 2008. They paid it off December 2018. So they were ahead on a 30-year mortgage loan down to a 10-year, essentially. Essentially, the dilemma is whether or not to sell it or lease it when the time comes for us to move up in-house.
You're living in it.
Right. So he owns it. We're living in it. Technically, there's no mortgage, but my husband made an agreement with his mom at the very beginning to pay her back as soon as the mortgage was paid off. So he pays about $1,000
to buy her
each month.
out. To buy her out.
Right. Correct.
Okay.
So
how much does he owe her to buy her out?
I'm assuming she says she put in extra money after her contribution of money down in the beginning. She put down 90, he put down 10. She says she's put forward extra. I'm assuming it's around 100.
Total.
So, yeah,
okay.
Roughly.
And what's the condo worth?
Remodeled, it'll be worth about 500.
Who's remodeling it?
We'll remodel it by the end of next year.
Okay. So if you sold a $500,000 condo and you owed mom $100 to buy out her part, you would put $400 in your pocket, right?
Essentially.
Okay.
At this moment, by the end of December of this year, we would have paid her $24,000.
Oh, okay. So only $75,000
like
left. Okay.
Right. So her mind in the very beginning of helping him co-sign was to, at some point, lease it out and use that money as essentially a secondary income for both of them. But it's not that practical because our thought is, as husband and wife, we will sell it and then we'll use that money to put down well over 20% for our new house.
Yeah.
So it's
and the condo's in your husband's name.
Yeah, it's in both of their names.
Oh, both of their names.
Right. So she co-signed.
Okay. So either you're going to buy her out by paying it off and by selling it, right?
Right.
And that's going to give her the 100 or the 75 remaining, or she's going to write you a check for the difference in 575, which would be 400 and a quarter, right?
She doesn't see it like that, though, right?
So.
I'm here.
I'm sure.
I think
she wants to force him to stay in the deal.
Right, and she
right.
Yeah. Well,
but even if that did happen, how would they coordinate?
It's dumb. Don't do it.
I know. I'm just trying to understand how to approach her.
You're not. You're the wicked stepdaughter.
Well, we actually have a great relationship. It's just
yeah, but you're still you're still the daughter-in-law. You don't get to approach anything. Your husband grows a backbone and says, "Mom, I'm not staying in a rental property with you. I'm selling it. You can take this money and go buy you another rental property if you want, which is $75,000 or whatever you want to do. But I'm not going to stay in a rental property. No."
Right.
That doesn't work for me.
I love the idea of a rental property, but it's just not practical right now.
Well, but
you don't want to be in the deal with her. I mean, nothing against her, but like you need.
No. Yeah, I agree.
Y'all do your own thing.
Owing people money, I hate it.
Yeah, the whole thing's it started with good intentions. It's quickly getting twisted.
Yeah.
So, but let me tell you, from just life experience, you keep your mouth shut.
Okay.
Your husband has to deal with his mommy.
Yeah.
You don't deal with his mommy. He has to deal with his mommy.
All right.
This is the kind of crap that will visit you 2 decades later.
Yeah.
If you open your mouth.
Over my head.
If this is your fault in her mind, this is a problem. He needs to square his shoulders, be a big boy, and deal with mommy. He can be kind and sweet. I'm being sarcastic, but he should be nice. He should honor her. Mom, I really appreciate this, but me and Alicia, we're going to buy a house, and we're going to use this.
Yeah.
We're going to use this huge stinking equity. And thank you for getting me into this deal because it really did work out, and I love you. And we're going to sell it. And I'm gonna write you a check for that other 75 if I haven't written it even before then. Matter of fact, you ought to buy her out as soon as possible, and that ends the discussion.
I got a quick question, Alicia. Are you and your husband on the same page? I don't want to just assume that. Are you and your husband on the same page with this? Okay. Yeah,
We're totally on the same page.
That will make it easier then. If he and her wanted this deal and you and him are not on the same page, that would be different. So that's great. Then yeah, just like Dave said, like this is his conversation to have.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But here's the problem,
Yeah.
okay? Every little boy wants his mommy to be happy. And mommy
Sure.
may not,
Well,
mommy
it's
may not be
interesting.
happy when this is done.
They've had a history of a rocky relationship, so it's definitely a sensitive subject.
Yeah. Which is why we don't do these deals to start with, but now here we are. So
is your husband is he willing to lean into conflict, have confrontation, or is that something that he just would rather just certain personality types really like to avoid conflict. Where does your husband kind of fall in that?
I avoid conflict.
My God, no one's. You pick a fight just because you're bored sometimes. Alicia, how's your husband feel about this?
No, I would say he's half and half. Like
Okay.
he's had arguments with her before about her opinion in trying to control his life.
Yeah.
And whatnot. It's interesting. I definitely can communicate better with her than him and her.
Until there's conflict.
Right, but she's she's always had good intentions.
Yeah,
It's
she has
just
good
how
intentions.
She says things
she's just a
that
control
might
freak.
rub
Yeah.
in the wrong way.
Yeah. She's
So
a mommy.
It'll be interesting. Yeah.
Mommies love to tell their little boys what to do, and it doesn't matter how old they get.
Yeah.
It's just
true.
there's
He's
a
a single
different
child.
dynamic there. My wife can have
Yeah.
a discussion that is perfectly normal with my daughters, and yet she wants to tell my son what to do. And he just looks at her, Mom, I love you. No. Because he's like a man and everything. And so, no. He's got good boundaries. No. And here's the thing. Here's what only thing I would coach him to do, because of all the data we have from talking to you for the last few minutes, is I've been real sarcastic and bombastic, which is my style. Okay, but were I in his shoes, I would approach this very humbly, very low tone and octave. Drop your voice an octave, and just be very kind, unbelievably strong, and gentle, and grateful. Lots of gratitude and honor is due her. She made him $400,000 that's going to help your future.
Yeah.
And I would bow to that. I would say, thank you, Mom. You have done so many good and wonderful things, and the intent of us getting into this has resulted in this wonderful blessing to us. Thank you so much for that. Thank you for thinking of me all those years ago when we did this deal. And I just want to tell you, no matter whether you understand or whether you don't, we're going to sell it. And I just want you to know how grateful I am and thankful. And it's not like he's asking her opinion. He's not taking a poll. He's just going to tell her what he's doing, but with a smile and gentleness and strength. Meekness is not weakness, it's power under control. And you're in the driver's seat here.